Yuki and John's Patreon for birth.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference.
Sounds like a Disney World, Disney show opening.
It is.
Oh.
When you wish upon a star. It's definitely Disney.
It's
Yuki.
Disney, okay.
I don't know. You ever hear that song before?
Yes.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Well, it's not the song, it's the music always, you know. Yeah.
It's from Dumbo.
It's from Dumbo?
No, I know. It's from Pinocchio.
Okay, Pinocchio? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's the part when Jiminy Cricket is looking up at the star and Pinocchio's going, I wish I was a real boy. And then he starts going, when you...
Because you're a musician, so you know the music. I mean, I have no idea.
You don't know the music?
I don't know music much. No.
Yeah, but When You Wish Upon a Star is like one of the most famous songs ever made. Isn't it? In fact, Brian Wilson, he listened to When You Wish Upon a Star, and he said, I want to write a song like that, and then he wrote Surfer Girl.
Who is Brian Wilson?
All right, this episode is about Disney.
Disney, yeah.
We're just going to talk in general about Disney. This could be a 17-part series because there's a lot to say about Disney.
Yes.
One of the things I want to start off with, because Liz Shack, our producer, she suggested this topic and got me intrigued by saying that Disney pulled a fast one on everybody.
Oh my God, Disney owned the entire entertainment world.
Yeah, we'll get into what they own and what they do. But Disney pulled a fast one on everybody because you know the conspiracy theory that Walt Disney is frozen, right? They froze his head or body or something, and then they're going to try to figure out a way to bring him back to life when the technology meets up to the need.
Oh my God.
You heard that though, right?
No, I don't know anything about that.
You never heard that conspiracy theory that Walt Disney's frozen?
Is his body still exist?
It's either his body or his head or both is frozen, and what the idea is if they could reanimate him and bring him back to life eventually when the technology is ready. So because he wants to come back.
Is that possible?
Well, not now, but maybe in the future. But so what I heard was that a lot of people knew that conspiracy theory or whatever. And Liz Shack said that the reason they made the movie Frozen was so that when people Google Walt Disney's Frozen, it's the movie and not the conspiracy theory.
So it's a diversion then.
Yeah. It's you go like, look over here, nothing to see over there. That's Mickey's going, look over here.
That's a bullshit. So it's already conspiracy then.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of conspiracies involving Disney. I mean, remember how they put the penises all over the Little Mermaid poster, the animated poster? What the fuck was that shit about? Was that mandated by the Disney execs, or was it just some animator being an asshole?
Do you know that there's the statue and then Disney and the Mickey Mouse, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a one angle, if you stand there, the Mickey's sucking his dick.
No.
Yeah, I saw it.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's so weird, some one angle that the one spot, Mickey Mouse head is right here.
Oh my God, where is that statue?
All Disneyland has it.
Oh, all Disneyland has. So they have lots of oral sex on display. That's crazy, Yuki. That's insane.
But I saw it. Well, maybe. Okay. Maybe just a coincidence.
I would hope so. I mean, that's really fucked up. All right, so let's get into Disney. We'll talk about some conspiracy theories, but let's talk about Disney in general. Just how did you get introduced to Disney when you were a kid?
Well, kid, like 50 years ago, everybody loved Disney. Everybody loved the Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
And even when I was in Japan, every 2 weeks, Disney TV show was on Friday night, 8 o'clock. I think odd week, Disney. Even week, wrestling.
Oh, cool. So you alternate Disney wrestling, Disney
Right.
wrestling. Cool. So when you watch the what was it, The Wonderful World of Disney or something like that?
It's a Disney World or something like that.
Okay. And what did they show? Movies or specials or cartoons?
Just some, it's every week is different. Like a 1 hour show, 1 hour cartoon, documentary, or all kinds of. They never show the movie.
Oh, okay.
Because that time I don't think they're making a movie. So
Oh.
it's like a Mickey Mouse Club or stuff like that.
Oh, there you go. And that Funicello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that?
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember her?
No.
What about Britney Spears? She was in the Mickey Mouse clubs
That's
later.
right. Well, maybe that's after,
Oh, yeah, that was-
I'm too old for.
Yeah, it would have been weird if you're sitting there watching that when you're
Maybe
50
the other
years old.
guy. Kurt Russell, maybe.
Oh, yeah, Kurt Russell, the barefoot executive.
Maybe I saw him when he was young.
Yeah, he did a lot of those Disney movies. He started out as a child actor.
Right? Yeah.
That's
so.
great.
And then he's older than me, so when I'm a kid, I'm sure he was in the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I wonder. So okay. So you started out. That's your Disney introduction. My Disney introduction was just being a kid and having VHS tapes of the old Disney cartoons, the little short snapshots, the ones where Donald Duck ran around. He was always my favorite. Then you had Goofy. He was running around and having his adventures. You had Mickey. You had Minnie, Pluto, all the things. So my first introduction was the little snapshots that I remember anyway. And then, of course, the movies. I watched Snow White all the time.
Oh, I remember. But the first Disney movie was 20,000 Miles Under the...
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. The Jules Verne book. But who played the captain? It's
the James
famous.
Mason.
There you go. And so, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I remember loving that movie. The scene with the octopus, the sea monster, is great. It's a great film.
Original special effect.
Yeah.
And then Kirk Douglas played some...
Captain Nemo?
No.
Oh, he played the other guy.
James Mason played
was
Nemo. And then he was some kind of a sailor,
Oh, yeah, I love that movie. So, okay, so that was a... See, so I have... It's odd. I like some of the animated movies a lot, but some of the live-action movies, I can't stand the way they look. I can't stand it.
Flubber?
Flubber. The original Flubber, anyway,
Right.
not the... I don't know, just like the 60s oversaturated...
What was that the movie called? The car.
Herbie?
Oh, the Harvey?
Herbie was flying around or running around. And it's just the oversaturated 60s Disney look makes me want to puke in a way. I don't know why. Even when I was a kid, I said, this looks like shit. I just don't want to watch this. But I, for many, many, many years, wore it as a badge of honor that I had never seen Mary Poppins. I never, when I was a kid, Liz Shack, in all of her infinite wisdom, harassed me to death. She's like, you'll love Mary Poppins. What's wrong with you? I said, I'll never watch Mary Poppins. And I even posted online about it. I said, I'm proud to never have seen Mary Poppins.
Oh, my God.
Then the pandemic hit, and we were bored. And she said, I said, tonight's your night. You can choose whatever you want. She said, Mary Poppins. I said, damn it.
So finally you saw it.
But then we watched it, and I fucking loved it. I loved every goddamn second of it, to the point where I think that Chimney Sweep thing is one of the greatest musical numbers that ever will exist, where they're all fucking running across the rooftops and shit. Holy shit. I didn't know that Mary Poppins was such a marvel of a movie. So I was wrong. So that's one hole in my repertoire. Maybe there's other movies that they made that I'd like, but I do love stuff like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride with the Ichabod Crane. I love Sleeping Beauty. I think that's a great movie. I love Little Mermaid. I thought that's a great... Lion King? Fucking overrated. I don't think it's that good.
Rip-off from Japanese.
And a rip-off from what's it called? Simba the White Lion.
Simba the White Lion.
Yeah. But you said off mic that even though they ripped that off, that the creator of Simba the White Lion was quiet about it because they paid him. Disney paid him.
Yeah, that's what the rumor was.
That's the rumor. So yeah, I've been very honest about this. When my family went to the movies to go see Lion King, I said, "Is it all right if I go to the theater next door and go see Speed with Keanu Reeves?" And they said yes, and I did, and I had a great fucking afternoon by myself watching Speed. And
Is that the same year?
Same year, and I'm glad I didn't go see the Lion King in the theaters. I saw it later on VHS, and I said, "What's the fuss? The music, the songs aren't even that great."
Right.
You know, I liked Aladdin a lot more than Lion King. So, here's another one that Liz Shack introduced me to that I had never seen, and this is probably the most underrated Disney animated feature, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh.
From the early 2000s or the 90s. Great movie. It's great. You didn't like it?
Well, I wouldn't say I don't like it, but I like live one.
The live Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah, sure. But what the animated one's great. Okay. I think it's really good. And so what's some of the Disney movies from the past that you like as far as the animated ones? Because they revolutionized animated film.
Yeah, I like Bambi.
Bambi's good.
And then what was that dog? Something Trump or
Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah. that spaghetti scene was, that's the fantastic.
They should have just called it Something Dog.
Yeah.
101 Dalmatians I'm not crazy about. Right. I was when I was a kid, but then I rewatched it. I said, it's all right.
But I saw that in the movie theater.
Oh, yeah?
First time, so yeah.
I like Lady and the Tramp. I think it's sweet.
Oh, sweet, yeah.
Yeah, the spaghetti scene, it's a classic.
Yeah.
I want to do that with somebody one day. Maybe me and Liz will make
you
long spaghetti and reenact the scene. So what else was there back in the day? Cinderella's good.
Cinderella,
I think that's fun. But okay.
Fantasia.
Fantasia. I did mushrooms and watched that once, and it was a glorious experience. There's it may still be unreleased. I don't know if they released it. There was a Dali was doing a thing with Disney. Did you know that?
Dali?
Yeah, Salvador Dali was working on
the artist Dali.
Yeah, he was working on something with Disney, and I think he got a few minutes of footage out of it. And
have you seen the ballerina thing? I think that's Dali and Disney.
The ballerina thing.
Yeah.
So maybe, I mean, he may have contributed to Fantasia. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he was developing something else.
I went to see Dali's the event and exhibition in the museum. They're showing 5-minute short animation, repeatedly.
Over and over. Yeah.
I think that one was a collaboration of Disney and then Dali.
Oh, awesome. So that might have been seen the light of day then. That's so cool. Okay, so animated movies, are you wild about them, or is it just something that is so omnipresent, Disney thing, that you just have to watch them because they're popular? They're popular entertainment.
Yeah, but old Disney, before computer technology, is better, I think.
Imagine what it took to make 2D animated movies. All the different artists who had to draw every single frame, paint them,
right.
Make sure the motion happened. I'm also confused as to how in animation, what do you do first? Because I know some people do it different ways, but you do the voices first and then you animate to the voices, or do you animate sequences and then the people fit the voices? I know that different things do it differently, but I wonder what Disney did back in the day.
I'm not sure.
I would bet it was probably easier to record the voices first and then animate to the voices. Yeah. Maybe. Right? Wouldn't it be easier for them to sort of draw it afterwards?
I don't know which one is easier.
I don't know. So you watched all those things as a kid. You went to the movie theaters to see some of them. Dumbo's good.
Dumbo is good.
I cry with Dumbo. This is sad.
I know everybody cries. I don't know anybody who didn't cry.
If you didn't cry at Dumbo, you're not alive.
Right?
You're not a human being.
No.
You're an elephant. You're a strange elephant of a person. Because it's like just some sad. And Dumbo's so cute, and he just has such a hard time. And some people say that the end is very racist or whatever, but I don't know. It may be, but it's of the time, and that song is fucking great. When I see an elephant fly. That's a good song.
You remember this? I don't remember that song.
You don't remember that song?
No.
Oh, there's some great Disney. That's one thing about Disney is they really do know how to make a tune. There's that guy who did Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and all that stuff. I forgot his name. But he wrote all those great songs that you remember. And I think that's why The Lion King was lacking, because after his string of hits, he died, unfortunately, of AIDS. And they brought in new songwriters, Elton John and the other fucker. I forgot his name. And I just don't think it was as good. I don't know. They didn't reach the heights of "Be my guest, be your guest, put the magic to the test, to make the day, to make a wonderful day." You remember that song?
No. I'm sorry. I'm not the music guy. You know that.
Yeah. So in the Disney movies, when the music comes on, you take a quick nap.
Well, no, it's not. Well, if I see it, maybe, I think I remember. Stuff like that. But when we're talking about, I don't remember.
You don't remember at all. All right, so we talked a little bit. You got introduced to Disney through the television show, and then you saw the movies.
Right.
What about the theme parks?
Theme park, the number one best, and then they started the theme park. There's a difference between amusement park and then theme park.
Oh, there is? There's a difference? What's the difference?
Theme park is like a theme, Disney character. That's the theme park. Universal theme park. All subject is from a movie. But the amusement park, there's no character, no theming, just ride.
Interesting. So... interesting. So Six Flags Great Adventure.
That's amusement park.
But for a while they had the Looney Tunes characters.
But not the whole park though, right? Just one ride, Looney Tunes.
No, the Looney Tunes were all over the place. Bugs Bunny was walking around. At least when I went back in the 90s. Maybe they stopped that, but yeah. Okay.
Well, then it's a.
But it wasn't Looney Tunes Land. I see what you mean. They were there as just an attraction, but not the whole park. Okay, so a theme park has the theme of everything, and the amusement park has rides and fun and games and stuff.
Like
interesting.
Busch Garden or Cedar Point, those are big amusement. They're saying, come and ride the roller coaster.
Right.
But Universal or Disney, they have a ride, but they don't have a big roller coaster. Like biggest one is probably Splash Mountain or Space. But I mean, compared to other big coasters, these are Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Because it's a Disney, probably.
Right. Yeah. It's more. I went to Disneyland and World, both of them. I was young when I went to Disney World. I was in like 6th grade or something. Just slightly too old to be fascinated with the characters and stuff. Oh, there's Disney, Mickey or whatever.
Right.
But my brother was young enough, so I was having fun watching him go like, Donald, that kind of stuff. But the rides, I was kind of frightened because when I was a kid, I was afraid of rides, roller coasters. But when we went to Disney, the rides were so simple. There was no big deal. It was around the time when Star Tours first came out. That was revolutionary, where the room moved and the screen.
Motion thing is at the beginning of motion ride.
Motion control ride. And that was the scariest one because there's one part where you're going down and it looks like you're falling, but you're not, and all that stuff. That was the only scary ride. So I kind of had a good time at Disney because a lot of it's about the attraction of looking at the stuff, seeing a show, eating. There's some great food in Disney. So all that stuff was really cool. And you went to all the parks?
Disney?
Disney. You went to...
I went to the original Disney, right? Disney World.
Disneyland is the first one.
Right.
Then Disney World is in Florida.
Right. And then California Adventure. Disney California Adventure.
What's that? Is that part...
It's the next second park and the next to Disneyland in and then Anaheim.
Oh,
You don't know California Adventure?
So I may have. I just didn't realize it was a different thing.
Oh, they have a 2 park there now.
Oh, I must have gone because that's where the Indiana Jones ride is.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I did go to that one. I
Okay.
went to both. Then I just didn't pay attention that it was a different situation.
Then Orlando, Disney World, and they have a MGM something another park. And that's
Magic Kingdom, or is
Oh,
that
Magic
just
Kingdom.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. And then
Yeah.
and then there's a Tokyo Disneyland, French Disneyland.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the different world.
Right. Shanghai Disneyland.
Love it.
And
Love
then there's only one, Tokyo Disney Sea.
Okay, so in Disney, I'm sorry, in Tokyo, you have a Disney, and it's called Disney Sea.
Right.
Why? It's sea themed,
Sea
ocean themed.
So it's all sea themed. So like a 20,000 League Under the Sea, they have that ride is in Disney Sea,
Oh,
not
sick.
the Disneyland.
Okay, and you went there recently, right?
Yes.
You liked it?
I mean, I thought they don't have enough ride.
Really?
No. Well, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna, they keep adding.
How
it
recent is it?
Year ago.
Oh, they just opened a year ago?
No, opened like 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. But they haven't really added that much great
Right,
stuff.
right.
What about Euro Disney? Is that still a thing?
I never been to Euro Disney.
Yeah, me neither. But I used to,
It's the same thing.
when it first started coming out, people were fucking flipping out about it all over.
Right. And then I think the problem is France. They don't like the American thing,
What is this stupid mouse? Yeah, they just don't like that shit. Whatever.
And then Shanghai Disney, Hong Kong Disney, Shanghai Disney. Well,
they have one in China.
I don't want to talk bad about Chinese people, but you may have to cut this.
Uh-oh.
Chinese people are nasty, they spit in the park. And then, if there is a long line in the bathroom, they just taking a shit or pee in the ground.
What?
They do that.
So if they can't wait for the line, they just drop the pants and shit.
Yeah.
No.
Even the female do.
You're serious.
I'm serious, yeah.
You gotta go,
Exactly. So that kind of stuff, the
Disney shit.
Exactly.
Disney pee.
Disney pee, Disney shit.
Oh, God. Woo!
And then even making the park. I mean, I don't know anything about the Disney, but after Universal Studio Japan, they tried to do in the Universal Studio Shanghai. One section there's a, those budgeting. There's an untitled section in the big amount that bravery money for the government under the table. So there's no category, but there is some like $200,000 in there.
Oh, really?
Because if you don't pay the government, they don't tell you yes. Everything is no.
Sure. Yeah.
So there is a so that year then first Shanghai Universal Studio Shanghai or Beijing they shut down.
Beijing. Oh, they shut down.
They have now, but that was like 10 years later because immediately after Universal Studio Japan, Chinese project was closed because of the difficulty working with the Chinese government.
Wow. Are there any other parts of the world that has Disney besides those ones that we mentioned? Is there like Disney Antarctica, Disney?
It doesn't say. Well, no, I don't think so.
So do you? But you have fun at the Disney parks. You like them because you've worked in theme.
Yeah.
You worked putting together theme parks.
Right, but not Disney, Universal.
No, not Disney,
Right.
but Universal. But so when you go to Disney, is it hard for you? The same way that say you're a filmmaker and you watch a movie and it takes you
I
out.
Well, this is the impress. Disneyland or Disney, it's so detailed. Like, I'm not saying the other park are sloppy, but, you just make park for, just generally for everybody.
Yeah.
But the Disney, if you pay attention, everything is a kid's eye,
Interesting. So it's all from a kid's level.
kid's level. So, yeah. I mean, there's a Disney something, Wild does something hotel
Uh-huh.
in Orlando. If you go there, hotel, just a hotel, and then, I was checking in front desk counter, right? I dropped something, so I just tried to pick it up. So I looked at the, front desk counter. Holy shit, this height, there is a character, and then only kids can see that.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. Well, that's very nice because kids deserve to have a good
Right.
time. So
So when your parents, checking in, kids are here,
yeah.
while they're waiting, hey mom, no, they're looking at this thing in the counter,
The
front.
patterns
But
and the thing.
yeah,
Wow.
so they don't get bored. They're looking at wow. I mean,
That's so cool.
so cool.
So
So everything is kid's eye,
kids level, yeah.
kids level.
So I heard some creepy thing, not creepy, but interesting things about the way that Disney, either Land or World or all of them work, is that there's all sorts of underground tunnels.
Yes, they have underground tunnel. So all garbage.
Yeah.
They don't go through the
Right.
visitors.
So you never see the
You never see
Yeah.
the workers and pushing the trash can. No.
Right. No, it's all underground. And
It's underground.
similarly with the characters, they can
Right.
never take off the
Right.
heads unless they're underground or in a secret
Because the
place.
concept.
You don't want to break kayfabe.
Right, because one time, I can't remember, but I was talking to somebody, and then for them, it's not like a people wearing suits or it's a person, it's a character.
Mm-hmm.
So Mickey Mouse is Mickey Mouse. You can't say, somebody is in the bodysuit. No, they don't think that way.
No.
Mickey Mouse is Mickey Mouse. Donald Duck is Donald Duck.
Yeah.
So they train that way. I mean, it's really.
Do they get paid well and benefits and stuff like that? Health insurance?
I don't know pays good or not, but they get all of those benefits. And
Some sort of a benefit, yeah. That's it. Look, if you live near Disney, why not? I would go and be goofy for a couple of days and see how I liked it. It might be horrible because imagine you're in that suit in the heat.
Oh,
God help us all. You're just passing out in front of kids and
yes.
stuff. Liz mentioned something about the dead bodies. That is,
Right. Well, when they sometimes they have accident, so they
yeah, people are going to die in the park.
Yeah,
it's just going to happen.
So they just hide it. They don't announce it, and then just hide it underground.
Attention, everybody! An old lady died on
Yeah,
Space Mountain.
So then they just disappears and no announcement.
Keep going on.
Yeah. So
Wow.
even the settlement, everything is behind the closed door.
Wow.
So we don't know what's going on.
No. I don't. I kind of like that. Keeping the illusion alive for kids and families.
Right. That's I think that's a good thing. It's really trying to try not to destroy. Illusion like this is Disneyland.
Yeah.
Happiest place in the world.
Happiest place on earth. Yeah, that's yeah.
So they try to keep that. So I think that no dead body, no accident, no trash can, no garbage.
Yeah.
So that's like a really the whole concept.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. So will you go back or are you done after Disney Sea? Is that the end for you?
Well, sometimes I go. I still like a theme park, amusement park. So
Yeah.
I love Magic Mountain.
Magic Mountain, yeah.
I like thrilling roller coasters.
I remember liking there was a Viking ride, and I heard that they got rid of it. I really liked it because it was a little exciting.
You mean this Viking ride?
No, not the swing one. There was one that went through. It was almost like Small World. You know how you go through on a boat,
right.
And you get information, but it's also exciting.
The Pirates of Caribbean.
Well, there's that too, which I also liked, and Small World or whatever. But there was one about the Vikings, and it went through. It gave you information, and then there was a part where you're in a Viking boat.
Right.
And it takes you down a little drop and all this stuff. I just remember loving that ride.
Isn't that on the Pirates of the Caribbean?
No.
Under, right?
There's that too, yeah, which also is great. Yo ho, Pirates
that's
Life
a
for
Pirates
me.
of the Caribbean.
Yeah, that one's great. Small World, you like that song?
Oh my God, that's the most annoying song in the whole world. I don't know who likes that ride. Like, it's so annoying, that song, Small World. I hate that ride. I hate that song.
You already don't like music to begin with, and then Small World is the worst.
Well, it's so annoying because it's just repeat and repeat and repeat. Like, I heard enough. Shut up.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Can't we sing We Are the World? Forget Small World.
That's right.
We are the world. We are the children.
And then that dolls, the old Asian is this, so I don't like it.
So you're saying they went too stereotypical with the Asian dolls?
Yeah. Especially, they're wearing Chinese costumes, so must be Chinese, but still,
I'm sure there's some Japanese represented in there. It's about the whole world, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true, but I don't remember.
I remember Eskimos being involved. So
all eyes the same like this.
I mean, it was the 60s, the 50s, Yuki. I mean, they were just doing what they were doing back then. You should offer to update the puppets.
Maybe I should go and check.
You should go check. They're looking for an update. I thought that it closed down, right? Small World, weren't they fixing it or something?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
They never bring it back.
What was the other one? Oh, Epcot Center with the ball. You go in that ball, the geodesic dome. You know about geodesic domes?
I know the dome, but what about it?
So Buckminster Fuller is the guy who invented the geodesic dome.
Oh. And
he was a thinker and a sort of a futurist.
Yeah.
And he thought that the future of structures was the geodesic dome. And Disney used that. They incorporated that into the park, and now it's an iconic thing. That's the thing that you remember. It's the Twin Towers of Disney. Right? Now, hopefully nobody destroys it.
Right.
But it's very cool looking. And, I just remember going to Disney and I didn't realize you could go into the dome, and it's like a ride, and it takes you down backwards and all that sort of stuff. So cool. And then the other iconic thing, of course, is the castle. That Disney castle.
Disney castle.
Seeing that in person, I got excited. I said, "Oh my God, that's the real one."
I think you have to pay. I mean, sometimes you can't stay there, right? Like married couple or something, or like.
Oh, really? You could stay in the actual. I thought it was just a for show castle. You could really stay there.
I don't know about the Disneyland in California.
Liz is saying that you can stay at the castle. Holy shit, that's amazing. That must cost a pretty penny.
Maybe you guys married and then honeymoon.
Yeah, me and Liz will go honeymooning at the Disney castle. I'm sure she'll love that. I'm sure I'll wish I was somewhere else at the time, but then later on I'll say, "Oh, that was great." The food was always awesome. So, have you been to the additional Star Wars Galaxy?
No, I haven't been there yet. But
my mother went. She loved what they're closing it already.
Yeah.
What?
Well, first of all, it's too expensive.
Well, I heard they're closing that one hotel that's almost as if it's cosplay, where you go and you live in the spaceship and stuff.
Yeah. That one is closed. I don't know the whole event, but no, the hotel is closed.
Yeah, that hotel is closing. A guy we know, Eric Butts.
He stayed, right?
He stayed there, and he posted up hours of video. So it's almost like I don't have to go. I just have to watch Eric Butts' video log.
Because he's rich, so he can stay.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean,
Well,
you must have to have a couple of bucks to be able to stay at that hotel.
That's
probably.
why hotel is closing because nobody's staying.
Because you can't stay there. It's so
too
expensive.
expensive.
But it
no.
looked kind of fun. I mean, you get the experience of the show, and you get to follow along with the storyline.
I know, but the problem is too expensive. So if it's too expensive, who can stay there?
Yeah.
If that's the highlight or that's the event,
Yeah.
that's the entertainment,
Yeah.
has to be reasonable price so everybody can afford.
Right. The thing that I hope they don't get rid of is just the aesthetic stuff that's out in the open, the Millennium Falcon or the buildings and the cantinas.
That part
and-
I don't know, but I mean I heard the hotels are
Yeah.
hotels are closing.
What do you think about Disney owning Star Wars now? We've had conversations outside of this
Right.
podcast about it.
Oh, yeah, wow, it's crazy. Now looks like Disney owned almost the whole entertainment business. They own the 20th Century Fox. They own the Marvel. They own the Alien franchise. They own Predator franchise.
Oh my God.
They own
Die Hard.
Die Hard. They own the Avatar franchise. I mean,
It's everything.
Everything,
You know what's funny?
yeah.
I saw somebody a meme that says now that Disney owns 20th Century Fox, the Alien Queen is a Disney princess.
oh my God.
It is true. It's
It's
a Disney
true,
princess. But so yeah, they own all that. They own Star Wars.
Yeah, they start. Then that's. I think the moment George Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney, that's the beginning of a screw up because Disney is fucking up on whole Star Wars.
Yeah, it's in hindsight. I mean, I was really excited when I heard the announcement for the new trilogy.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, it's just not good. How do you go into, not to get too deep into Star Wars, we could just skim it, but how do you go in and say, we're going to make a trilogy that's a sequel to
Right.
one of the greatest trilogies of all time,
Yeah,
and
okay.
not have a plan? You don't have a
No,
plan. You're
well,
just going movie to movie. It doesn't
George
make any
Lucas had a plan. Okay,
Yeah.
originally he had the three trilogy, right?
3 trilogies
Right.
plan. Yeah.
So his plan was 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sold it after 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
yeah.
So 7, 8, 9. When he sold it, he gave Disney, here, this is
His
my
treatments.
treatment,
Yeah.
that this is 7, 8, 9, my idea.
Yeah.
Disney ignored it.
Oh, yeah.
They did it. Now you
And
know.
Lucas got pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
what did they do? A carbon copy of the first one.
Right. First three, same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like almost a repeat of the same
Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
And whose bright idea was it? I know on paper it sounds great. Oh, the whole idea is we're going to be looking for Luke Skywalker because he's lost or whatever. They could have gotten to him in the third act of the first one. Why are you withholding the things that people want to see in Star Wars? It doesn't make any sense. Who does that please other than the people who are masturbating behind the scenes saying, oh, how clever we are not showing Luke Skywalker in this movie
Right.
until the last 1 minute. That's just fucking stupid. It doesn't make any sense. The only thing that people wanted out of those goddamn sequel trilogies, maybe a few new characters or whatever, but they
Right.
wanted to see Luke, Han, and Leia and Chewbacca and the original people all getting back together
Right.
to fight a new threat and have a new adventure.
Right.
And they said we're not giving anybody what they want. What the fuck is that? Why?
Because Disney fucked up.
Yeah, they did fuck up. Who knows who's to blame? Was it Kathleen
J.J.
Kennedy?
Abrams?
J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy.
Kennedy, yeah.
And Mark Hamill was very vocal about the fact that he thought it was a mistake.
Right.
And then even to go further, I liked The Last Jedi when I first saw it, but now when I think back onto that movie, it's just as bad because you really are making a bastardization. I have a feeling that Ryan Johnson
Right.
killed Luke Skywalker just so he could say, I'm the guy who killed Luke Skywalker. It didn't really make that much sense
yeah.
to do that. To have him come in for a single movie and then all of a
Right.
sudden he's dead. It just was really not well done in my
And
opinion.
then you know what I didn't like? Like I remember that the character Finn,
Finn, yeah.
he take off the helmet, right? Stormtroopers. I didn't want to see like a
See, that part I like because that's the seed of an idea that they never explored, is that this one stormtrooper who is, they're all anonymous people in the original trilogy. This one stormtrooper revolts, and he could have led a revolution of other stormtroopers who come and go against the First Order. That could have been a great story, but they fucked that character up, and the poor guy, he did his best.
Yeah.
But he was set up to be like a Jedi stormtrooper
Right.
thing, and they fucking didn't even follow it because they didn't have a plan.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Absolute garbage. And then to bring the Emperor back.
I know.
The fuck? I mean, I understand that was done in the extended universe and stuff, but the way that they did it in the extended universe, the original, was a much better way. This was all of a sudden the third one. They said, we don't have anything. Let's just bring the guy back. What the fuck?
And then Han Solo's son.
Which,
Then-
that was fine because that's sort of connected to the original
Right.
stuff. And I think Kylo Ren, Adam Driver, is the best part of the whole series.
But I mean, it didn't bother you? Like, we really didn't see why he turned the dark side?
Well, yes, I agree. And what was weird is they never really did flashbacks in
Yeah.
Star Wars until The Last Jedi.
Right.
There should have, if they're gonna go that way, it should have been like The Godfather 2. They should have showed us simultaneously the story of how Luke Skywalker almost killed this little kid because he
Right.
felt that he was driving the dark side of the Force, versus today how that kid was driven to the dark side because of the betrayal from Luke Skywalker. It's a great idea that was not executed in the way that it could have been.
And then what was at the end of 7 or 8? Remember, there is a one scene. There's a Jedi kid coming out
Oh yeah,
from
then
the
all of a
temple.
sudden, yeah, he comes out with a broom
Right,
and
broom.
holds it like a lightsaber. And
But
then
what
they-
happened? They didn't explain. What the hell is that?
Nothing, because they had no plan. That was Ryan Johnson saying, all right, I'm going to abandon everything they did in The Force Awakens. I'm going to do my own thing. And then they're just going to have to scramble to figure it out later on. And then J.J. Abrams came back and he said, well, Ryan Johnson fucking abandoned my threads, so I'm just going to go back to my threads and like sort of ignore what happened in The Last Jedi.
So that's like a whole, again, messed up. Like there's
Yeah.
no plan. There's no the complete strong.
No, there was
one
no.
plot. No.
How do you not sit down and plan out the 3 movies beforehand? And you don't have to go exactly, but at least know where you're going to end up. I don't know. Don't even get me started on fucking Obi-Wan show. The Obi-Wan show was the biggest absolute mess because, hey, maybe Ewan McGregor was great. There was some great scenes in there or whatever. But the overall idea of the Obi-Wan show is that Obi-Wan is a piece of shit because he let Darth Vader live again. How is that? How does that? That doesn't make sense. So Anakin said, you didn't kill me. I killed Anakin Skywalker to become Darth Vader, or whatever he says to him at the end. And then Obi-Wan is like, you are my brother. And then he walks away and lets him bring darkness to the galaxy for another 10
but,
years.
If you say so, not only just the Obi-Wan, like hold those, spin-off streaming and then fucking up. Like, what was that the other one? Oh, the Boba Fett?
Oh, Boba Fett. Oh, bleh.
And then
Mandalorian. See, Mandalorian, I thought, started very strongly, and it was cool. It was the Wild West in Star Wars, and they could have kept doing that, the man with no name type of thing, where this...
And then do a Japanese,
And Baby Cart, what's it called? Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yeah.
Inspired by Lone Wolf.
But too much, and then,
Yeah.
it lost to me.
It
the
loses its
timeline.
way, yeah.
And then, I don't know who's who, then sometimes...
Well, you told me you didn't even know that in the Book of Boba Fett that they did Mandalorian stories.
No.
They did. Yeah, so when you get back to the Mandalorian show for season 3, you're like, how the fuck did Baby Yoda get back to...
I mean, I have no idea. Then Ashoka thing, it's
Ahsoka's coming. That I'm excited for.
Right, the next month.
Yeah.
But she already, in the one episode, and did something, right?
She was in a few episodes of
Yeah,
The
she few
Mandalorian.
episodes.
2 or 3, yeah.
I don't know. I'm so really confusing. So, new series where this episode fit because she already in the other episode.
Yeah. I don't know. It's jumping back and forth.
Yeah.
This one, I think, is taking place around or after the season 3 of The Mandalorian. So it's a continuation of The Mandalorian, but it's not going to include the Mandalorian people.
But it's not fair, though. Okay,
It's
now
not. It's
because what if you don't have a Disney Plus?
Oh, well, if you don't have Disney Plus, what are you even watching these shows? You can't watch these shows.
But then, meantime, Star Wars story going without your knowledge, then, you go back to see the movie theater.
Oh, yeah, then you're fucked.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I think only Disney is doing not real filmmaking, just try to make money.
Commodity,
because,
yeah.
Disney Plus, okay, watch
Yeah.
this. So we have to pay to watch this.
Yeah.
And then we get confused.
Yeah.
So it's really they're screwing up all entire Star Wars world, I think.
I agree. What do you think about Marvel movies?
I hate them. I don't watch even.
You didn't like any of them? Come on,
No,
there's 23 of them or something. There's more.
I mean, when I was watching, every time I have to ask my friends who read original comic books.
Okay, so
He's
you
an
need to know
expert.
who's what.
Right. So then I ask myself, like, okay, this is a movie. Then I have to ask who knows everything about the comic book to see the movie to understand. That's
I'm so
not
sorry. I
fair.
have to pee so bad right now. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Oh, keep talking.
Yeah, keep talking.
So,
It just hit me.
you can make a movie for the comic book fan,
Right.
Not everybody is reading a comic book.
No.
So that's unfair thing is I don't like. I mean,
But you don't like Robert Downey Jr.?
well, I watched Iron Man 1, 2, and then, but then when Avenger thing start, then the whole story became so big, and then I mean I'm not really I can't really following the whole thing. What is this kind of like Easter egg or the hidden meaning or hidden thing, and then I don't know. I mean, then
Yeah. Look, I you know what I really liked. I'm back, by the way. Thank you for keep talking while I wasn't here. And while I was in the bathroom, I asked if you like Robert Downey Jr. And I don't know what you said because I ran back.
Okay.
Okay. So, but you're saying the Easter eggs and all that stuff. Yeah, it gets a little complicated because there's so many different things going on. But for me, I thought that a few of those movies were really good. The first Iron Man was really good.
Right.
I really liked the Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. I really, really enjoyed the 2 Avengers movies as far as pure popcorn, pop culture entertainment.
Well, I'm just watching. Yeah, if I don't think anything, just watching is okay.
Yeah.
But
Liz Shack and I watched Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, and she had never seen almost any of the movies, and we were eating White Castle, watching those movies, and it was the perfect freaking day for movie watching because it was just it's the fast food of movies. You forget about it immediately after.
Well, then maybe that's the way. But when I lost the whole thing is the Civil War.
Civil War. See, now that one was pretty good too because you got all the characters coming together.
But I
fighting.
thought they are all working together. Suddenly, all fighting each other. Like what?
Well,
the heck
because
is
they
that?
had different opinions on how things should go. I like that. That brought conflict to the universe, and
I don't know. I mean, I just can't follow it. I mean,
I like them, but there's still shit. I mean, I haven't seen the Eternals or whatever the new ones. Most of the new ones I haven't seen.
I stopped watching it. I think last Marvel movie was Avenger last one, Endgame.
Endgame, yeah.
That's it.
I like the 3 Spider-Men, which is what the movie should have been called. It was called No Way Home or something like that.
Oh.
But it should have been Spider-Man, the 3 Spider-Men. That's what my mother called it.
You're talking about Toby?
Yeah, you had Toby Hooper, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. It was good.
I don't know.
And then you got Willem Dafoe, you got Jamie Foxx, you got all the fucking motherfuckers.
You know what somebody said? The reason that one is because Sony did it, not Disney.
Possibly. Yeah, it's a possibility that's
Because
absolutely true.
Sony still owned the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah, they can...
So Disney didn't do. That was a Sony movie.
Oh.
That's why everybody says, okay, Spider-Man
Pretty
was
good.
done right. Yeah.
All right. Well, Marvel Universe, yeah, it's fluff. It's cotton candy. It's not...
Right.
I just forget it. But I still enjoy seeing some of them. Like on Mother's Day, me and my mother and my brother and my dad went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and it was great. It was just, but do I remember barely anything from the movie? Barely. I barely remember what the hell.
Well, you don't remember, right? But I'm done. I saw only one Galaxy, that's it.
Yeah, I remember sitting there going, this is fun. There's a couple of great uses of music in there, but it's just in and out of my brain.
Then Captain Marvel, I totally lost.
Captain Marvel, I watched that one in the background, and again, nothing.
And then Ant-Man, and then
Ant-Man,
and then when half of them disappeared, and what the
I like that, the whole snap thing, because that's kind of fucked up, imagine.
But there's a story behind it, and I don't follow it, so I didn't get it.
Well, they explained it. I mean, it was interesting when Spider-Man's disappearing in front of Robert Downey Jr.'s face, and he's like,
I have to ask my Marvel experts friend. So he
didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. So I saw. I don't know how to say this without being a racist, but. It's not racist. It enhanced the screening for me. I saw Infinity War with a predominantly black audience, and it was fucking awesome because they were screaming at the screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was There was one part where there was the big fight happening, and the Scarlet Witch comes and saves it, and this black girl goes, "Bitch, where you been the whole time?" Like stuff like that, just fucking screaming at the screen.
They really do that.
It was the commentary, and it was awesome. It was like better than the movie could have been. Maybe that's why I enjoyed it, because of the commentary from the audience.
I mean, it's not the Marvel movie, but I remember when I saw Halloween.
Yeah.
Those black.
Which Halloween?
The very original one.
You saw the original with a predominantly African American audience.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
Great. They're screaming like, "Don't go to the closet!" And then the Michael Myers. See, I told you. I mean, that was a good old times.
Oh,
yeah.
that's so good.
Yeah,
that's so fucking good.
Good.
Because when the snap happened,
Right.
people were screaming. They were like, "What?" Because there were people disappearing. Spider-Man's disappearing. Whoever else is disappearing right before everybody's very eyes, and they were fucking screaming. They couldn't believe what the fuck they were saying. Amazing. Yeah, that's I like that stuff with a good audience.
Good audience, yeah.
All right, so back to just let's think about how to wrap up Disney. Any final thoughts on Disney in general? Anything we missed? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot we missed. There's so much that we could do on Disney. But what do you think about Walt Disney himself? I mean, there's some people out there that say he wasn't necessarily the greatest of guys, right?
But I think he was. I mean, can you believe that the world without Walt Disney?
No,
product?
that's the thing. He's a genius. Yeah, he created this thing,
Right.
and while he was still alive, it became this undeniable, concrete thing that will never leave the earth. No matter how long it's here, Disney is here to stay.
He's a father of entertainment.
Father of entertainment, yeah. And hey, it all started with the little mouse,
Right.
Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And here's something interesting: is that Steamboat Willie soon is up for public domain.
Oh, really?
Yes. So Disney is scrambling. They're trying to figure out how the fuck to stop Steamboat Willie from going into the public domain. And I'm sure that there's many ways that their lawyers can figure it out.
Can you stop it?
They have to be able to, because this is what's interesting about Disney, is that they're trying to stop their work from going into the public domain. Meanwhile, more than half of their things were exploiting the public domain. Snow White, Sleeping Beauty,
Right.
Cinderella. All these things were public domain stories that they turned into entertainment. So it's interesting that they would be so protective of their stuff. I mean, they have to protect it, right? You can't let Mickey Mouse get out into the general public. people would be making stupid horror movies with Mickey Mouse
Mickey
is killing
Mouse,
everybody
yeah.
or whatever, and it's just like bastardized the whole thing.
Right.
So I think that's kind of interesting, and I wonder how they're going to handle it if it's just like the short itself will be public domain, but the character is trademarked. I don't know how they're going to make it work.
Right.
And I heard that Disney is responsible for extending the years that the public domain was even allowed. Like, it used to be something like 50 years or 70 years. Now it's up to 90-something years until things enter into the public domain. It was very much because Disney extended that. So, I don't know. I
They
think
got money.
They got money. See, that's the thing. Maybe it started with Walt Disney as a nice thing for kids or whatever, but now it's a corporation that just needs to meet the bottom line.
Right.
Bob Iger, he's saying some very bad things about the writer's strike and writers and things like that. I mean, this motherfucker makes hundreds of millions of dollars, and you can't get residuals from streaming to the writers to feed their families. What the fuck kind of a villain are you? It's disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's disgusting. So Disney is evil. Disney is good and evil at the same time.
Right.
It's the heroes and the maleficent villains.
So they announced new trilogy, right? Star Wars.
Well, they're making 3 movies, but they're all set in different timelines. The first Star Wars movie, I don't know which one's going to come out first, but one's a continuation of Rey from the sequel trilogy. She's rebuilding the Jedi Order.
Okay.
One is the Dawn of the Jedi, the very first Jedi. They're going to tell that guy wants James Mangold, who just did the new Indiana Jones movie. He says he wants to make the Lawrence of Arabia of Star Wars movies, whatever that means. Yeah. And then the other one is the Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are making basically Heir to the Empire, which is a book that came out that was the original sequel trilogy to the original trilogy. It was a series of books. So, but he's going to add in all the characters that they built, this Ahsoka and all that sort of stuff. I'm excited for that one because I think Dave Filoni, who was handpicked by Lucas to be sort of his protege, he's gotten sort of the shaft, and I think that he should have been more prominent in the sequel trilogy development and stuff because he knows Star Wars in and out.
Is Lucas involved this project?
No, Lucas is gone. Lucas is hanging out. He's just in his garage sipping tea.
He's too rich.
He's rich, yeah, he's rich. I like the idea that Lucas keeps saying, "Oh, I'm going to sit back and make some really experimental films and stuff," but he hasn't done it yet. I wonder when he's going to do it.
Well, but if he totally retired and then not. Look, the new Indiana Jones, he's the executive producer. He did the work movie, right?
I wonder. Or maybe it's just in name only.
Name?
Yeah. Yep.
But he got the money, though, right? If he's credited as the executive producer.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he got a couple of bucks.
And
yeah.
George Lucas.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well, anything else about Disney before we depart?
I think that's it. And I mean, just, I don't know, hope they correct the direction and,
Yeah.
and then do right thing about the whole franchise.
Yeah, the franchise and stop being scumbags. Pay the writers, pay the actors, pay everybody. Because without all those people laboring to make it work, Disney would be a piece of shit.
But no matter how good the new deal is, we have nothing to do with it.
Oh, no, we have nothing to do with it. We're not in any union. The only union I'm in is eating pizza. I'm in the Pizza Eaters Union. I eat pizza. All right, guys. That was another Yuki and John's podcast buffet.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Thank you to our patrons. We're just so excited to be doing these conversations. Right. Now we're going to go eat Petey's Burgers.
Oh, yes.
All right. See you guys next time.
See you next time. Thank you.
Yuki and John's Patreon buffet.